Check me. Yeah.
If you're ready for this, then make some noise, please.
Okay, keep that going as you welcome to the stage our first poet, A.P. Staunton.
This is the first time I've done a poem to music or a beat. So this poem was about a girl who I met in Brighton a long time ago, and together we were going to change the world, but unfortunately me and the world stayed the same, and this girl changed. So here we go. I met her at a boozer up by Brighton Station. She was shouting the odds about the state of the nation. It was just a cursory glance. But I thought, aye, I'll take a chance. I left me Guinness settling on the bar, sauntered over in me high-vis vest and boots covered in tar. She said, ta-da. 2 pints later, she came over and tapped me on my sunburned shoulder, which was tight as a drum, and she said, scum, scum. Do you fancy a drink and a mashed tun? I said, too fucking right, I'll just neck this one. She was studying politics up at Sussex Uni. So what if a middle class? Flaming well sue me. So I said, are your leanings red? And she said, I feel for the working classes. We've got to get you up off your arses and to fight with all your might. This malaise, this blight. I said, oh, you're a Liberal Democrat then, right? She said, I'd love to knock around with scum like you. You can show me all the things that scum go through. So I took her back to the caravan, introduced her to the lads and the gang of man who seemed surprised I'd managed to attract this girl so wise. I was grafting for ARC, tarmacking lanes on the A23, from Patcham to Pycoon. No escape from the rake and the petrol fumes. But the next day, I moved in with her, a flat in Kent Town. It seemed such a blur. Which side of the bed did I prefer? Did I mind? She was a hunt saboteur and was waging war on women wearing fair. I said, no, I just go with the flow. After a year of making love day and night, and thinking everything was going all right, out of the blue, she said, I found someone better for me than you. He's a cool South African freedom fighter, 1.5 feet taller and 1.5 stones lighter than you. Pull up a pew. He's over here on an ANC scholarship from an actual, real-life, downtrodden township. The time has come to move on from scum, so do one. 30 years later, I was picketing the Brighton Centre when who stepped out of a door marked only delegates can enter. It was she. Long time no see. She had just popped out for a menthol light. And without wanting to, but she did, sound trite, I got a first in my degree. Now I'm a mover, shaker and policy maker for the Conservative Party. what about you, AP? I said, well, I got off the tarmac and onto the hod. I worked my way up, and by the grace of God, I was blessed with a son and a beautiful daughter, and I am still a proud trade union supporter. I kept my ideals, I never wavered, took defeat on the chin and victory savoured. I stuck to me guns, because when all's said and done, scum will always look after scum. Thank you.
Make some noise, please! So I think it's time we introduce a young rapper to the stage. This young lady, I think you should keep an eye on her this year. This is her real name. This is Boudicca. Make some noise for Boudicca, please!
Thanks, Heinzie. Right, sick to be here tonight. I'm gonna play my new track, Explosions. It's on YouTube. You can check that out now. Explosions corroding, exposing criminals opposing. Override driver of a night all-nighter, not a wink smooth liner, on a brink full-timer. On the weekend, live for the set, die for the set, breathe for the music, scream when I lose it. Dream team, make a move seamless, no excuses. Queen of the movement, princess peach, but I'm bruised. They preach and abuse, teaching the youth. It's all about you, but it's all on us. When it all falls through, come as fucked and the kids are too. We'll die with an alright view, but the truth shines through, cause it's all your fault, so it's all on you. Explosions corroding, exposing criminals opposing against authority, against all laws, minority. Ain't no boss if it weren't for us. There would be no love, no hope, no trust. Dust don't settle for much. Get high, we rise above from the ashes like a phoenix rising up. Yeah. Dust don't settle for much. Get high as we rise above from the ashes like a phoenix rising up. Spontaneously combust, born aliens. Real names are must. Boudicca, I'ma fuck you up. I get head off like a savage, stacking my baggage. See if you're gonna hack it. Most men when I manage. Hand it to the man, then we'll have another hand to him on a silver power with silver spoon. All silky smooth on a silver screen until we change your views. Explosions corroding, exposing criminals opposing opinions, debating right from wrong. Where you been? Who you hiding from? What the fuck have I ever done? Apart from plotting, scheming, setting fires, but it has to be done. I'm burning them down by the grace of Satan, invested in me. Coming in evil, possibly bad, no good. Misunderstood, let off Miss Wood if she could. Should've, but I won't from now on. Truth be told, folks to the keeping a hold of my own. Bad guys, see bygones, a man's gone. I'm fine cause I got grit and I got crime. I got written, I got lines, I got rhythms, I got rhymes. Only female and a freestyle myself, but it's my style. Don't wanna lose myself, 8 mo, couldn't prove myself like a stepchild or a younger sister. Won't let you down, keep up charisma with a face like this. Too fit the bill. No face has to be an assassin of looks and reading books can kill. Face facts, I'd be an assassin if looks and reading books could kill. Blah. Thank you very much.
Boudicca! Amazing. First time at Poets versus MCs as well. And next up, we have got another first-timer at Poets versus MCs who has been riding up a storm at Hammer and Tongue. Can you please welcome to the stage, Sofie Brown!
Hello. I'm going to start off with some political analysis. Ready? It's called BJ. Boris Johnson has a party trick. He is able to suck his own dick. Bent in two, he alarms the crowds, pleasing himself with his own mouth. Personally, this makes me nervous, his pig-headed commitment to self-service. Sucking and heaving, blancmange a straw. His eyes are steely, his ambition is raw. Pale head moving like his apple bobbing, the veins on his temple are bulging and throbbing. The end is in sight now, his body is heaving. We wanted to stay, but now we are leaving. I'm going to do two more short ones. The other one has a sort of wank theme as well, so I've tried to do something deep and meaningful for the second. It's called The Party as a Metaphor for Death, yeah? Don't make me leave the party too soon when people are still dancing and making watermelon vodka and the bass is banging like a heartbeat and you are wearing your cream lacy slip with a cocktail umbrella tucked behind your ear. Don't let me miss the new arrivals bursting through the door, fresh air, perfume, party poppers and all your sparkling hope. Don't drag me out while the crudités are being passed around and people are telling stories of love and box sets. Let me stay while the party is in full swing. Don't make me go when they are flirting in the kitchen still and people are opening beer tops with their strong teeth and making plans and pashing in the bathroom. Please don't push me out the door with your hot hands when I am not quite ready to go yet. But also, please don't make me stay till the bitter dog end, when all my friends have gone and there is only dust left in the peanut bowl and I am wrecked and past my best and piss myself, waiting for the time when I can just go home. Thank you. One more. I'm deep. Okay, this is another short one. It's a real story, and it happened in the Sainsbury's on North Street. So it's called "I Have My Own Bag, Thank You." Okay. The man in Sainsbury's is behaving strangely as he hands over my apples and vegetarian gravy. He makes mad eye contact as he's scanning my mini bananas and 2-pack of scanning. Remembers the idiosyncrasies of my chip and pin from the last time I came and was served by him. Chicken, stock cubes, bottle of Tabasco. As he passes over my large packet of tobacco, he says, "You know you've been to my house." I say, "I think you've confused me with somebody else. I haven't been to your house. I know for a fact." He says, "I'll let you think about that." Next time, I try hard to avoid his till, bottle of wine, paracetamol. Anything but cashier number 2 is my prayer. But when the robot voice calls me, he is there. He passes me 6 free-range eggs carefully. "Remember this moment," he says, psychopathically. I tell my brother about it on the phone. He wants to come right now on the train, wait outside the shop all night and kill the man with his bare hands. I say he's wrong and overreacting badly, but now I do my shopping at Aldi.
More noise, please. So this next young man, because we bring lots of young people with us, because we're, young. Not me, but as an art form. This young man is 15 years old. So he's the same age as the event Make Some Noise. And for someone who's 15 years old, he did a piece recently for a dance company in London, and it got paid on Woman's Hour. I think that's pretty special. I don't think they've ever played rap in a favourable light on Woman's Hour. So I think extra noise needs to be made for Evan. Make some noise, please!
Blow the whistle, the game is up. Right now we need to change up. We're all made from the same stuff. It's time to wake up. Head to the sky, put your face up. Right now we need to change up. We're all made from the same stuff. Now we gotta wake up. Passing my lyrics, my eventual kin. Got these bars that I'm ready to pencil in. Injecting the rhythm like penicillin. Words harbour new life like pregnant women. Injecting the rhythm like heroin. Living in the doghouse, so we are on the kennel ting. I found I lose myself, so got to get to winning. Some on the streets, while others are on beds of linen. Embedding ideas like an old time capsule. Make sure you always keep your mind factual, never follow or just sit and write. I know what you're herding to the next shop. Like cattle, your blank paper's actually filled with white pastel. Ruling batteries, looking for a battle. Baited out like using fishing tackle. Can't find a filler for the missing mantle. Hung up on life like we are on the meat hook. Wrath of the gods cause the sea shook. Make us evaluate the routes we took. Already downloaded my knowledge like an ebook. Sprouting limbs as I'm reaching for peace. Surrounded by acid as I'm teaching in the belly of the beast. Living in my head, rent free, no lease. Open my third eye so I can see deceit. I don't play fair, I cheat the beat. Holding myself so that I can keep the heat. No refund to keep a receipt. Every time you breathe, I see gold leaf. By any means possible, knife to needle. Stand on your own cause you're bipedal. Keep going to the day you lie peaceful. Words out my mouth, this is my free fall. Blow the whistle, the game is up. Right now we need to change up. We're all made from the same stuff. It's time to wake up. Head to the sky, put your face up. Right now we need to change up. We're all made from the same stuff. Now we gotta wake up. It's foot to face, hand to mouth. Watching the world unfold as they planned it out. Hold your voice as if they can just shout. Paper tongue dry like sand in a drought. Watch my roots crumble like a stone fist. Homegrown but I don't get homesick. See these days ever change length like the solstice. Make me feel bluer than cold lips. Taking out the past like drone hits. See these grown kids clinging to old tips. Better get home quick with untold trick cells. Cops handcuffs will hold wrists. Bouncing to beats, not the fattest for toolists. Ready to spin any stuck up private school kid. Mind working out like it's doing wall sits. Got crowds jumping like children in a bullpit. The message, the finest in the bottle. Home is a bar cause I'm going full throttle. Animal Mars, facades, colossal. Find me thinking in the dark like I'm Aristotle. Chatting ethics, but I don't feel philosophical. Sweet bars like a juice was tropical. Giving you more energy than rocket fuel. It's impossible, hot and rhetorical yet still topical. Cause we're skimming the surface like paper cuts. We'll slot back in like mates you trust. An ugly reminder like you waste too much. An ugly reminder like your face of pus. Hold your face high, keep your chin up. Yeah. Alarm bells ring, threatening my pay cut. Rattling in my pocket, we need to change up. And we still got time to wake up.
perhaps the youngest member of our joint teams, I thought, what can we use to have as an antidote to ebb and flow? What is the direct opposite of ebb and flow on the poetry team? Can anyone got any ideas? Who would it be? Who could be the opposite? Let's see, shall we? Please, welcome to the stage. The word will just appear in my mouth as if by magic. Robyn Lawley!
More tepid, please. That was a bit too enthusiastic for me. Cheers. I'm glad the band got a memo. Yep, you can rest. Great. How are we doing? Thank you for those of you who answered on behalf of the multitude. Right, let's see. This is either going to go down possibly fairly well, or I'll have to leave early. We'll see. It was partly in response to, that's a preamble that I've not thought through, and I'm a lightweight. I don't drink as much these days. I'm going to have to pace myself. Right. It is partly in response to the idea of some fools out there. That was a quick bit of editing that will not be carried on. There should be a content warning for most things in what follows. That you can't say anything these days, which I just think is bollocks. You can't say anything these days, a common refrain from those confused by a request to be polite. Up here, there are very few constraints on my script. Legally, I should avoid inciting others to break the law. Might be in trouble if I caused a panic shouting bomb or fire. That probably wouldn't help. British libel law is famous the world over, so I should be careful with phrasing to avoid any chance of being sued. Beyond that, there is very little to nothing that I can't say. Example. Feminism is cancer. That's a gentle intro, it gets worse. An empty clickbait offering from Milo that helped get him a book deal. Example, we should bomb their countries, kill their leaders and convert them all to Christianity. Ann Coulter still gets invited on the Beeb to share her wisdom. Example, sometimes when walking down the street I get an internal shout of buns or puppies because I like to have sex with bread and small animals, particularly granary. It's the additional friction. Example, has anyone here never been fisted? I asked this on this stage a few years ago, I don't remember anyone answering. Example, I'm a very stable genius. Just to show I can lie as much as I like up here. I've no idea how to talk to women now. That should have been preceded by example, I'm a little bit drunk. If you've genuinely thought this, think about taking a vow of silence. Example, now I'm left with no choice but to ask potential employees how much sexual harassment would be a deal breaker. It's political correctness gone mad. Example, you can't say anything these days without being accused of racism. If you've ever thought this, again, think about the vow of silence and buy a dictionary. Example, God said, the earth is yours. Take it, rape it, it's yours. That's Ann Coulter again. Last one from her. Example, it would be a much better country if women did not vote. That is simply a fact. In the preceding line, I lied. That's also Ann Coulter. She's a crazy bitch. Example. Bah. Admittedly a bit controversial, that one. Example. Donald Trump is obviously the most pro-gay candidate in American history. Milo, you're still a twat. Example. We're gonna whack. That's possibly before some of your time. It's an example of the genius that was Criss Cross. Example. Boom, shake the room. Quite how that gets a cheer apart from being extremely out of date, I don't know. How that is encouraging carpet bombing, it's beyond me. Example, moist. Example, I'm proud to have been born in a shithole country. I only recently realised that, seeing as that country was Saudi Arabia, it's not often I feel that way. It's fucked up. Oh yeah. Example. We knew the orcs before had tried to take over the Vale, and that they would try again. So the dwarves and elves wait for the call to defend their homes and way of life. That's me paraphrasing Sam Harris. I thought that might result in silence. Yep. But it's kind of my way of demonstrating that sometimes on this stage I have fucked up. I definitely did. The 3 years running, I did the same piece. Not what I was there for. Quite rightly told off a quarter of an hour afterwards. Wouldn't have been quite a quarter of an hour if I hadn't found her attractive. That's an irrelevant and not helpful detail. But when that does happen, it is definitely my fault. I was booed for pointing out that I'm old enough to be the father of some people in this room. Oh, that's half-hearted whoops from a couple of you. The rest are just thinking he won't be on for much longer. My bad. Example. I think I'm actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand. My point being, this is all a response to an interview that Heinze recently gave in which he said that the crowd got offended. I don't think he blamed you when you got entertained. Not the best response to failure. That's pretty much that. Example. In really cold weather, my member becomes shy. Practically a second belly button that's an outie. Now, there's not much I couldn't have thrown in with this. Some of it I just thought wouldn't be entertaining. Some of it would just piss you off. And I don't think that's what you're here for. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at my next bit and see whether or not it's as well prepared as this. Yes, I know my time is up. It's not often I actually fill the whole time, so... There we go. You've been patient.
Well, that's what the inside of a poet's mind looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our world.
That's not fair. Make some noise is more fair.
Oh yeah, sorry. Make some noise for Robyn Lawley! I meant that too, obviously. So you might notice we're both back on the stage. Normally it would be just Tom who's back here now. We're exactly halfway through the first bit.
First quarter,
the first third.
Yeah.
Which means it's time for you to help us.
Yeah, we kind of forgot about something. Part of our little gimmicks that I mentioned earlier, these tricks and things, is some of the poets need to do some speed writing and some of the rappers too. So they need to do something starting now and then perform it later. So we need... What do we need, Rosie? 3
words. And just to clarify, in fact, we didn't forget to do it earlier. Last time, and whenever we've done it in the past, we've done it at the end of the showcase round. leaving the break and the cipher and whatever. It's just that the member of the rap team who is doing the speed writing was a little concerned that he wouldn't have quite enough time to write his piece. So he wanted us to disrupt
he wants
the first
to be in
round.
the cipher as well. You can't really write while you're freestyle.
Our speed writing poet isn't even here yet. He can't even hear these speed writing words. He's not bothered about them. We'll see how it goes when the time comes. But nevertheless, we need 3 words.
What? Right. Someone put your hand up. Come on. This gentleman. Rambunctious is a good word.
Yes.
Did you hear that, Eben?
Rambunctious.
Eben.
This waving hand at the back. Cabbage.
Cabbage.
I grew up in Lincolnshire. I know all about the stench of cabbage. Yes.
Siamese.
What?
Siamese.
Siamese. So we've got Siamese, cabbage, rambunctious.
Typical.
That is just so typical. Oh my God.
So
That is so like them. No cheese for a change. That's good. All right then. Well, then I'll leave it to you to introduce the next act. We'll come back to those words in about an hour.
So next up we have someone from the rap side of things, but just to confuse the shit out of you, his name is Slam the Poet. Make some noise, please, to Slam the Poet. Slam them poets, motherfucker.
One day I will be introduced to a stage and that will not be said. Mark my words. I called myself a poet because no one else would. Sometimes you gotta claim shit. Other people have called me Tom or Chickpea. It's really up to you. I'm easy with that. Yeah. Face to face, eye to eye, dot to dot. We traced freckles across bodies and sighed into spaces later filled with whispers. The bed held us like a pedestal. As our curiosity called us down country lanes, the stories told in creases and dimples, I would wear those instants like ink. We laid bare. And under covers laid our cards on the table like little dares, calling bluffs, chasing aces, enjoying the rush of testing, touching, tasting each other's poker faces. Memories, dreams, and confessions fell off as layers. Stripped, we played a simple child's game together, running around in circles, deciding who was it, and without knowing it, our lips resembled envelopes protecting love letters. They will ask us if we did. How long? Who went first? Which positioning? We will know it doesn't matter. Because we grew new skins, being ourselves naked. Because we don't have to, there's no need to, we could just, we don't have to, we could just we ain't got to, there's no need to, my love, we should just, ain't no need to. We ain't got to set my lover, just chill. We should just chill, ain't no need to stress. We ain't got the sex, my lover. Do you remember when we picked each other out from the crowd, leaned in closer, followed our lips to the sound of everybody getting waved around us? We should just, ain't no need to. We ain't got to. Do you remember when we picked each other out from the crowd, followed lips through sounds of waved around us? I read yours like semaphore. Saw the shape of every letter formed and savored the taste of each one that I sent your way. But wait. See, everybody's got so much to say about their game and how they play. Round this way, you can't get no love if you don't know how you're going to make a move. It sounds strange, but it's true. I got tricked by them old dogs. I forgot what I knew about what them ones do when they're done with their chew toys. I heard the little one made the biggest noise. And a shallow river runs the loudest. They have not figured out how to drown it out. Still, I was astounded at how your contact lens seemed to refract the light around it and make a halo around your iris, inviting me in to throw stones and break its dome with sins which I'm busy hiding, which was cool because you didn't really seem to like it. You said you were embarrassed to have them on. I replied, I don't understand why. I went to tell you it was cute, but I had to stop. You see, most of my brothers are only bothered by the beat. They ain't too focused on the speech. Round here, you get cussed if you're sweet. Round here, you gotta fuck just to be round here, my dear. My brothers ain't too bothered by the speech. Really, these days, only focus on the beat. Round here, you get cussed if you're sweet. Round here, you gotta fuck just to be round here, my dear. Your disregard for that was quite endearing. You told me it don't matter what I'm hearing. Most of these stags, they're just deers in the headlights. You said, I ain't too certain what you said. I just remember your chest rise with my spirits. Then you let out a sigh like a whispered lyric, your breath and mine mixing in the night, and I felt like I had to have you on the spot. As if to prove I'm a man. Amidst that pressure, I forgot that everything I'm not made me everything I am, and I am not no conqueror. I'm not that dominant. I'm not into bedpost notches. I'm not into following a team just to cop some esteem. It doesn't mean I don't want it, bro. You see, it's strange these days. These days, it seems strange. These days, it seems strange. I sit around my mates these days, same conversation. These days, it's strange. These days, it's strange. These days, it seems strange. Everybody's talking about their game these days. They want to be the biggest boy. Press to insert coins to get A to B, to be the biggest guy, get in the brain. You see, it's strange to me these days. It seems strange. It seems strange. So I want to say, mate, why do you play? Brother, tell me, why do you play that game? I said, why do you play, brother? Tell me, why do you play that game? Tell me, why do you play, brother? Tell me, why do you play that game? Man, I find it quite strange. I swear cats these days replay the same fucking level every day. Don't catch a feel, just catch the beat. Gotta catch them all. It's like seeing snakes try to climb ladders. I ain't naming no names, but they python, strangle, choke with the lights on, silent kill with the sights on Silent Hill. They reside on this, the night of button mashing, smashing, getting the beating. Capture the flag, collecting them achievements. Are you solo missioning or tag teaming? When you're done with the duck hunt, is she leaving? You and your brothers only ever seem to come in fucking waves. Desperate attempt to get head, get brain. You're like evil residents. Head full of nothing, feet shuffling, fingers something in sudden deafness. Kiss, chase, quick, mate. Cool Kawashima, we'd be catatonic. In our dreams, we see cooking mama back upon it. As a teen, you would fiend for the Lara Croft shit. If a nurse gives you joy, you feel you got a brocket. Gin and tonic, sip quick, sonic. Poisonous prick, how you wheezing and coughing. Disappointing, my brother, if I'm honest. I'm fearful, I'm hateful, I'm sick to the teeth of this game that my brothers play. Tell me, brother, why do you play that game? I said, why do you play? Mate, because it's peak. By the age of 13, perverts be lurking in house parties, street corners, clubs, cabbies, fucked. If you happen to leave your house alone without a phone, can you hear them bodies drone as they come close? Well, the lamppost ain't gonna save you. The cold grey pavement makes no noise as you start to run and fall out of luck. Stay still, you'll be all right. It's just a bit of fun and games, right? Just a bit of fun and games, right? Just a bit of fun and games. Just a bit of fun and games.
Slam the Poets! Excellent. And also clearly hedging his bets after Spliff Richard moved from poetry to rap. Before that, he was known as Slam the Rap, but he thought, I'll change my name just in case they ever invite me over. We still haven't, but, you know, he's on the cards. Next up, we have got another new contestant in Poets versus MCs. Of course, it's not being a contestant at the moment because it's merely in the showcase. So we have got another new showcaser of their talents in Poets versus MCs. If you've been to Hammer and Tongue, you will have seen him there. His poetry is absolutely incredibly beautiful. He's one of the best poets, I think, in Brighton at the moment. Can you please welcome to the stage, Connor Byrne?
I kissed a boy on Holy Saturday. and for that sin he got my soul. He took me to his bed that night. I said I had cold feet, so he just held me as we slept. In the morning, I remembered I had not thought to bring a toothbrush. He walked me halfway to the bus stop, and I walked as if in resurrection. We were 17, and I took the wine he gave to me. With the hiss of flesh around candlewick, he took the flame through his fingertips and pressed it onto me, as if I'd been made of clay and watching myself crumble. I found a man and made myself in his hands, but he sculpted me too much in his image, adorned in gold, dressed in cold civility, cased in ceramic, filled up with direst cruelty, tongue turned, well spoken, well quickly, for he saw me as putty and elastic. What indents did not fade, what scarf or sleeve transparent. With his touches more and more goldly flaked from his knuckles, to be replated in the morning in apology. Gold teeth fell all out of his mouth to lodge into my skin where it should not bleed. He had a way of twisting things. My hand in his became my hand in his grip, bent back till I was shuddering one night. He'd had too much to drink. I said, boy, I need my hands to live. And boy, I bleed from my fingertips to touch him, to breathe him. I have seen that boy take life, and he has taken mine. And I stand still, just out of the light of the street light, where I could see the stars. I wait for his claws to pull out of me, for him to spit back down my eyeballs that he took from their sockets with such ferocity. I tell myself that I will not miss him, but what would I be if I did not miss him? Did not flinch when every blonde and whistler was he? Did not miss mystery bruises and bathroom mirror steam? Did not cut my gums with scalpel blades tucked still behind my teeth? I held a boy last night and ran my fingers through his hair. We went to sleep in separate beds, with separate knives under separate heads. Thanks.
More noise, please. That's pretty powerful. Okay, then. There's some mates of mine who couldn't be asked to come down from Whitehawk tonight, but this next performer came from fucking Edinburgh. So make some noise for Iron Master, please!
What's happening? Aye, so I came down from Edinburgh. I'm literally spending less than 24 hours here. My flight takes off at 10 tomorrow, so I literally came down just for this. So let's go. When the band are ready, who learnt the song amazing, by the way. When the band are ready, let's go. Hey. Parking and pacify, so rappers need to put to sleep. Whack MCs, but cast MCs before they test the master. Please hang this on my mantelpiece so they can marvel at the masterpiece. Look to life for inspiration, want the shit like constipation. Be taking names of waste men, bringing me up in conversation. On a silly fabrication will leave you fucked like a one night stand. Young and face, I'm dreaming of it. Those who ring rules to the death don't want it. I break your team is a mess. Oakley son is dirty, it says easy rap, but it's not gonna come back this big ass. She's backing it up. Born as fuck, me done dead death. I'm not like the rest, keep best my best. Passing the test, I'm passing the rest. Get love for the fans, that shit is the best. Overly stressed, my head's a mess, please watch so you step. The side that you rep got mates like face. He's stagnating, just wait on you taking the bait. Kill off and castrate the fate in the way. Die with memories, not dreams, life's not always what it seems. Trying to buy myself some luck with these. No one doubt will ever end up on a magazine cover. Can dream champagne when you eating bread and butter. The drug jar's the only thing up in the kitchen cupboard. Empty stomach always keeps my mind on the hunger. Waking moments chasing images from the slumber. And under grey skies why we run with the thunder. Lightning with the mustard, dust don't make the crust, but all you're wanting is a way when you living in the gutter. Alarm you kids of independence, use every sentence to avoid the sentence. I challenge any challenger to travel up in battle, where I'll take a head with a caliber. Savage bars leave some blood scattered in the stagnant cuz I'm sharper than a poison dart, piece of you a beating heart. Promise it won't leave a mark, assassins be cutting in the dark. This was strictly fucking bars for you technical cats. You want a concept track? Go check my concept tracks. And it's as simple as that. Encyclopedia, the way that I be stating these facts. Got Brighton gas, cause I'm hitting the home for a fiber. Tell them fuck off when they call you up, switching providers. Fully burning furnace if you weren't already aware. You fools really need to know there's nothing you can compare. She's got this song in her head, like the roots of her hair, and it's staying in there, cause I ain't going nowhere. Yo, I doubt we'll ever end up on a magazine cover. Can't dream champagne when you eating bread and butter. Drug jars the only thing up in the kitchen cupboard. Empty stomach always keeps my mind on the hunger. Waking moment chasing images from the slumber. Under grey skies while we roll with the thunder. Lightning with the mustard, dust don't get the crust, but all you're wanting is the way out. All my friends talking about next, rapping, drinking when that's tonic, blazing heavy cornic. We get on it, ripping bongs until we're coughing, fully hate promoters, playing them because we're talkers. Beat the arse, you're original, you're fucking yourself over. Think you rappers need composure, and if we will baby stroll and make way, cause we're taking over. Flying past the supernova, but these rappers shout dry like they're up in a coma. We want it all like coma and the donuts, cool crack a couple cold ones. Cause when I'm up on track, you know I'm bringing nothing but that dope stuff. Dusty old vinyl chopped up with the fish there. Sayonara to my ears. See when you get here. Snap on tracks and last night, man, I'm snapping back at last. Left the whack shit in the past, cause that's the shit that held me back. I'm happy range of best shit on stage. Out of breath, out your luck, out your death, out your fucking mind to try and test. I hope you're plotting what's next, so you know when to stretch. And don't be taking a breath without enough for us to check. If you do a rush of crew and spin them like roulette. No smoke, no cigarette, but still stop one on your head. Don't wanna beat myself, I'm trying to grab a photo with my hand. Back from that, back in bloods containing a couple grams. Got a honey in my room, put it down the underpants. Got damn live a dream farm, no second chance. You one day will ever end up on a magazine cover. Dream champagne when you eating bread and butter. Drug jars the only thing up in the kitchen cupboard. Empty stomach always keeps my mind on the hunger. Waking moment chasing images from the slumber. Under grey skies while we roll with the thunder. Lightning for the mustard, dust don't get the crust, but all you wanting is a way when you living in the gutter. True. Thank you very fucking much. Big up the band. Big up the band for learning that in like a day. My name is Iron Master. Thanks so much for having me.
Great Scott! Yeah, I know. It's good. I was just randomly quoting Back to the Future. It had nothing to do with the previous act. That was awesome. Iron Master was part of Poets versus MCs in the Edinburgh Festival last year. That is how come he is down here. And we have another sort of new addition to the team now. I've had to bring some paper because we had one performer who was going to perform, but then he wasn't able to on the poet side. That's poets for you, so flaky. So instead, we have a man who is a poet, a punk, and the next leader of the Conservative Party. Oh, yes. Can you please welcome Sir St. John Scarpia to the stage?
Boo or cheer, and I get off on the power trip one way or another, I don't care. St. John Scarpia, bloody hell, Sir St. John Scarpia. So, do we have any Tories in the audience? No, I wasn't expecting. What about UKIPers? Oh, we have one, lovely. Rather a spent force, I think, you know. Rather like Nigel Farage's unwanted sperm. I think, any Liberal Democrats? A couple, lovely. Anytime you want another sniff of power, come back to mummy. That'd be lovely. So I'm guessing that most of you are lefties of one sort or another. Right, let's see what I can do to divide you. Who identifies as green? Yes, I love the Greens. I really do. I think you should put on more candidates. I really think you could get a few thousand votes in Hove or Brighton Kemp Town. That'd be lovely. The rest of you, I suppose Labour. Any Blairite centrists? No, okay. You all love that other chap, don't you? With the chant. How did the chant go? Go on, give him a bit of support there. No. That's enough of that. Okay. You see, the thing is that what Boris and Theresa do not understand is that you just can't win without a chant. So that's what I'm going to bring you today. What I would like is those of you that said you voted Labour, can you just shout out a big P-O-W? Thank you very much, that's lovely. And the Greens, if you can go E-R. Thank you very much. Let's join that together. P-O-W-E-R. Ready? P-O-W-E-R. Lovely. I need one royalist in the audience, please, because I don't know about you, but when I hear the words E-R, I immediately think of Her Majesty and just want to shout out, God bless her. So we're going to have one royalist in the audience to shout out, God bless her, please. There we go, the UKIPper. That's lovely. So we're going to have P-O-W-E-R and your God bless her. That's the one. Ready. All together now. P-O-W-E-R. 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 God bless her. P-O-W-E-R. God bless her. Lovely. We're the party of power, you're the proles of protest. You can pout, you can parade, applaud power to the people. Perfect your poxy poetry and prattle about principle. Point out imperfections in the politics of capital. We'll still be pulling strings and we won't be pulling punches. And you will be perpetually powerless and poor. P-O-W-E-R. P-O-W! God bless her! Oh, don't you know we've so got overall control sewn up? Oh, won't you show you know you're never going to grow up into a foe we fear? No, you're no coherent force. You go to own the centre ground and then, oh no, change course. You're too red, Joe, then don't you know you're so not red enough? It's whoa for you sloping ghosts. It's ho for us. So P-O-W. Lovely. Oh, this feels good. This is what Jeremy must have felt like at Glastonbury. Hold on a sec. We win. We always win. P-O-W-E-R, God bless her, yes. P-O-W-E-R, God bless her, yes. P-O-W-E-R, God bless her. P-O-W-E-R. That's lovely. Well, E is for establishment. You see, we can see what's best for the people. Freedom. Not freedom for you, obviously, but freedom for me and for people like me. Freedom of the city, the freedom to make our magic money tree, to shake our magic money tree, to go in our own spending spree. You see, I've already told you the ABC of economic liberty. Now let me tell you the D and the E. We don't know what you would do if you were free. And neither do you. And that's not good for economic stability. So that's why we want a party for the few and not for the many. Because ultimately, it's what's best for everybody. I'm sure we all agree. Yes? P-O-W-E-R, God bless her. P-O-W-E-R. Thank you! We rule, we make the rules, we are the rulers, your rulers. The royals are the rock upon which we entrench the right to riches. The red-wing rags, wise I rally imply the the right-wing rags ways a rallying cry, and the politicians are their bitches, except of course the richer ones who are on our board of directors. Political careers, it seems, outranks political correctness. There's a revolution in education, there's a revolution in health. Austerity, deregulation, a revolution in my wealth. So raw and rant your radical rubbish, thy forces will hold the line. In heart and head you reds are dead, the revolution is mine. P-O-W-E-R, God bless her. P-O-W-E-R, God bless her. Oh, God bless me, and God bless my empire. With a corporate empire, there's no minimum wage. Like the British Empire, and you're the slaves, or like the American Empire, you're Vietnam, or the Galactic Empire, you're Algernon, we're the Roman Empire, you're the People's Front of Judea, we are power, you have no idea, the left will never learn, now let me be blunt, you're all just a bunch of Judean People's Fronts. Cheer if you love me. Boo if you just want me. God bless ya. The band, Normanton Street, Darren, Missy.
Yeah, make some noise for that Tory piece of shit. So next we got some breasts, but they're getting some stage props together. So I've got to just talk to you for a second. So we're gonna have a little open mic after the interval, after some breasts. So if any rappers out there want to get up and get involved, right? So I think these guys are ready. Are you guys ready? So we have now a multilingual act for you. Woohoo! Fancy. Does anyone speak Spanish in here? Oh, you're going to enjoy this shit. But it's not just the English language and the Spanish language. There's a bit of body language involved as well. This is going to be quite some spectacle. So we got Colette and John Clark. They are Sombras. Make some noise, please!
Eneráticos y ya todo está escrito, bro. Grabando mi futuro en este cuarto cual oráculo. Todo lo que viene con prospecto no tiene remedio. Ponen la droga y luego nos ven como enfermos.
The line of symbols, prediction, the time is chiseled. Right, the future flickering like a vision behind the crystals. Or prescriptions for conditions simply for which we don't have a cure.
Think happy
Then
thoughts.
drug you up and treat you like an astronaut.
Políticos
Sus mítines,
acomodan
sus márgenes.
una línea frágil entre ser libre y un mártir. Es casi imposible ser el líder siendo sensible el lenguaje. Pensar que viene después ya te hace ser
Yeah,
culpable.
so you sensitize so dewy-eyed when humans die, cause you decide the puny line between the frugal life and suicide you supervise sand. No governor running this ship has ever been sensitive to think of the repercussions enough to get you condemned by it.
Disimular los síntomas en esta situación suicida. Si la La idiosincrasia de la city es pura
Keep your symptoms silent, survive the suicide situation. Cyber cities, idiosyncrasy, smiling asphyxiation.
Historia pasada que no se supera. Se matan personas, se besan banderas. Distintas culturas se sienten adversas. Se peso la culpa, se cuentan
Historical
monedas.
stories suspected, the slaughter, etc. For sort of deceptive, the sort of stench of a cemetery measured in treasure.
Desviación cultural,
Cultural.
Desviación cultural,
Cultural deviance. Right, ladies and gentlemen,
Concord 2.
we're about to do a verse inside a verse.
Read between the lines.
Lee entre las líneas. So I learned that they
Fine.
fought from an early age, learned to behave, learned
Your place.
I learned to escape a base that reverberates just
In time, I'm
stayed alert to turn the turner, phrase the neural
Space.
invaders wait words so well it works both ways.
The night.
It's young yet behind enemy lies a pleasure.
It's
The
mine.
question why I keep a presence of mind right in
Bad mind.
precious seconds flying perpetually dying. There is no
Time.
like the present your perception designed. So
Quieren ventajas y luego se cansan. Todo estratega se busca alianza. Haciendo la caza, tú llámame bruja. Poco segura la cuerda floja. Lee la etiqueta, palabras en lata. Entre las barras en juego. Líneas que saltan haciendo la magia.
de nuevo.
Busca la frase en el verso. Desviación
Cultural deviance.
Desviación
Cultural deviance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been sombras. Check out our video. Watch out for the shadow. It's gonna drop in about 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tell you what. While the lights are down low, let me try something out. I want a Mexican wave made of light. This is gonna be on video, so you'd be able to watch it back retrospectively. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Keep them up, right? As I go across. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up.
shit.
Keep them
I
up.
need to get
Keep
one of
them
them
up.
and take a
Keep them up.
picture.
It's bad my business. Beautiful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
How did you ask them to apologise to us?
My man Tiny is on the decks. We're gonna do a little open mic thing now. What? Yo, we open the mic, yo, and only is signs. This is it, it's time to get up and socialise. Yo, the fact is, you know what might work is if we just get through and vocalise what?
Yo, I'm spitting with a sober mind. Any rapper come and join the stage at open mic. Polarized between the fucking poets and MCs. Yeah, we got rhythm and the poets got envy. Plenty, yeah, my barrel be full. Can I just going in like I'll go in for the kill? I ain't got no Achilles heel, just got the skill. I'm just gonna pass it on in fucking...
Stepping up on the open mic, came to socialise. It's them local guys at the C2. Open the door, I want to see view. Say hi to the crowd, it's nice to see you. My name's Flux, yo, I came to rip the mic down. When I represent for Brighton Town like it's right now. Listen, we got the hype sound, so throw your hands up. Yo, time to stand up when we wrap up.
Skill of bars, I didn't see you there cause you's a no-show. I show no love to those only present for the photos. Me and my brother Steve over, think we mafioso. Bars cold, even MC outside freezing. Struggling, even grieving, feeling cheated. If she kicks off, I say me city. Don't come in, but the way you're treated. Better like me, nice species, that's how it goes. Time of procedure, show no love to the white guys either. Make a white guy my golden retriever. No bitches good.
Suicidal individuals spitting them motherfucking buzzing women away. I got an AK on the side where I give the talk. I put it with the script and you just know what I mean, you fool. Wait, and I'm making a statement. It's selling MCs and it's really blatant. But guess what? Between me and every motherfucker up in here, guess what? I am sending for shaming and it's on you, blood. You are gonna get this and I'm just taking it this way. My name is Chris, wait, my name is Marshall. I just wanna bust the castle. Wait, maybe you and I can go to the Rossi Castle. I'm
The same people submit each other. Everyone's either like a brother or an ex-lover. When we're contained on this silence, 4 times creates more mind, and that's why I've been practicing in quiet games to cool it inside. The fire's burning, gives me oxygen. Gotta make sure I remember to breathe in. Feel sick, wanna get through it quick. So the best thing I've ever felt, first time I did it, thought I was melting, sweating, stressing, struggling, living breath until I got into it. Call me Boudicca the second. Celtic way Viking descendants, warrior queen drink in my blood. I was born to lead, so I'll be out there working hard for it. Eating breakfast for dinner, sleep and keep my guard up while I study. Try to find a startup, cause I wanna be a part of it. Advance on my age, don't underestimate how far I'll get. I haven't been through all I have done to my do. In with the rest, ready to make a difference. I'm waiting for the chance I get.
Down from the cricket, little bit sadistic, scripted fully. Why, we're gonna make the fucking beat change. Be the change.
Make some noise for the open mic so far, please!
All the poets are lame. You only came here for this. You didn't come here for the poets. Alright. Yes. My wall frown, clown busy blubbing you down. Robbing a gal, my face looks too pale. I set sail, half the mast fails. My master walks trails dark as tall tales. I'll be found buried inside the bows. The rats, the crowd, the captain found bound. The helm of the misty ship that run the ground. Now you drown, I'm down, my monster dog bounds. And through the waves I wail, fucking frail beyond the pale. Exhale, heading straight off the rails. Monstrosity popping the coffin nails. Never meet me face to face, coffin property sales. Ever living and running a duck from the sunset. Inside faded, shaded, stay jaded. Hey, Larry Diamond's fucking amazing. Pass to the next guy, fucking the wreck guy. I jumped into the town, but blow, straight loud from the south, the south, north, north, east, north, west, chest to me. Me got deep in stress to be deep in my blessed to see. Wait, it's not London, dungeon, conundrum. I could barely find out how to function. My substance got very little matter bone, very little chatter bone. I don't know what happened, flow.
Yo, let me kill the mic, you don't wanna try, roll the fuck, yeah, shit, man, I might get slapped like Mike. Man, I don't give a fuck, man, I get a slap, don't chit chat. You can't even chat shit, I think that. Yo, you DJ, you think you're hard. These bitches ride your dick just to name it. You think you're bitch, you think you're mad. Yeah, these guys, I think I'm joking, watch his face when I choke him. Going in, yeah, I'm going, flowing, though, and then I did the ocean. Don't give a fuck, no emotion. Fuck that shit commotional, don't give a fuck, yeah, see everybody get emotional.
Beat changing and shit. Check it. What's good, people? Yo, This is what happens when vermin collides with a wordsmith. I strive to be perfect, but feel undeniably worthless, so I find where the herb is. Lean back and fly high as I rise from this surface. They tried find me a purpose, and now I'm signed to the circus. As I rehearse this, I'm sipping my tea. I word it so it fits to the beat. You can find me gurning pissed on the street with a split full of cheese. Literally victory is in my jeans. And lyricism tearing this beach is being a little different this week. Nothing seems quite the same. I try to separate the nice guys from snakes. Those I describe as mates and the lies and fakes. You just smile to my face. You go, bruv.
Yo, I just keep my brain insane. Everybody's looking and ashamed. Never talk about my brain, as everybody went around it. Know the fact I find myself screaming and shouting. Climbing across the different mountains. Know the fact that I'm surrounded. See the way that I'm around it. Know the way that I'm around it. And see the down, I'm looking commission. Everybody's talking about the recognition. I'm talking about the down and the different position. That everybody's looking at my recognition. Know the fact that I give it. Yeah, sitting down some walks over the hills, pinked out of it pills. Remember standing here a year ago, it was mad hold on a year ago. Floating all around cause I float my boat, and I did that all night when I'm taking totes. Floating around like I'm taking oaks, chopping down trees like I'm staring at oaks. Oaks in the wood, oaks understood. Voices they will never be understood. They're playing with my mind, they're playing with my head. I tell you one thing, they was never good in bed.
So forgive me if I change the style, if I switch the dial. Ooh, I know we ain't got no singer, so I gotta bring the singer out. I go and I infiltrate, and I know I create. I gotta create the spirit. I do it, it's like those lyrics that I spit. I can't quit. I go on, and I can't hear myself. No, I can't hear myself. Say I can't help myself, and I know I got so much more to say.
incredible. They always said I'm cool, I went to school, so maybe I could try to be the better fool, the literal. I'm a footy, just forgettable, the sweatable, unbettable, in fact never forgettable. I said it all, the kid with the first, that's unquenchable. I'm the one you can't speak about, or even mention fool. Turning the tables but they can't turn back, unless they techniques, then they turn back on the track, yo.
Turn back on the track and then we relapse. I'm just doing this is freestyle, relax. Sit back on the coaster, I'm kosher. Waging more like Ayatollah on your sofa. Get a toaster, you get this shit popping. Spoonful of sugar served up by Mary Poppins. Get your noggin popping, start nodding. Yeah, never cheesy bars like I watch it, I dropped it.
I hate that, I'm here to stay. Always spitting flames and writing in my notepad every day. Every beat I'm on a slay, I got my demons chased away. And I was christened, but don't ever find the time to pray. Living in a place I hate, I see the sky is always grey. And I can't surmise the times I felt I never had the space. Haven't got the time to waste, I never listen to the hate. And some people stay mates, and some people never change. But guess yes, that's just how life goes. I focus on progress and sit back and write loads. Everybody's like Ben's got a tight flow, and the dark bass spliff giving off a bright glow. I came back, guys left with the mind's blown. They hate that, only real ones in my zone. And shout Brian cause they seen how the sky's gone. I see this world every day like it's my own.
Yo, I got drunk, I got a little drunker. Used to compete and now I'm a punter. Realise I'm about to shove ya. Brighton, make some noise cause you know I always love ya. John Clark, it's time that we're going with the spoken word. Freestyle vibe, still going with the spoken heard. But I know that we rap at the same time. Realise this guy and I, we got the same mind. I like to
I don't know, spit a little rhythm that I just know. If you wanna do a little thing the same time as me, when I'm rhyming over here from the Brighton scene,
with the lyricism is a given way you realize it when we're spitting in the prison. Every time we bring it, when we singing and we're licking, realize another time I'm digging every time I'm fucking drinking. You and I, we got the symmetry, the lyrically. Right, we can mate, we live metaphysically. You and I, mate, because I've gone light and gone dark. My mind is just crossed with the John Clark. Honestly, we're like the Siamese, and when we're bringing in the licking, everybody, can you find these? Madman, mate, he's a goddamn titan. Big up to John Clark and big up all Brighton. Yo, yo!
Right. From the back to the front, from the front to the back's how we lovely react. How you doing, all the people here in the concourse, down on the concourse, got the thoughts in store. Hello, 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 I see Barney over there. Yeah, I got the hair like a polar bear up in front of you. What a lovely view. People taking little photographs, taking note the half with the camera like I'm an animal. And there, David Attenborough, if it will actually work. How you doing, all the people here? Let me pass it to a younger kid so you can run the shit. Drop a ton of bricks. Come on, come on. It's your turn now. Let your lyrics just burn out and burst sound.
A burst out your hurt sounds. You know that I'm coming right out of the earth, like out of a hearse now. If I gotta rehearse, how's it possible? I gotta bring more and more power. The war that bringing us to breaking us down, and I can do what I wanted when I'm repping the town. No matter where I'm at, it's off of the top of the head of the gap. Showing y'all what you thought. Now listen, man, I'm ahead of the rap that I'm spitting. I'm getting it when I'm sitting. I'm in it. I'm spitting it, telling you what the fuck it is. I'm spitting the syllable that I'm getting y'all in. You know that I gotta play poker like I'm going all in. The poker face gotta show a place, gotta show an ace in the sleeve. Gotta say it's too late to leave when I gotta rep it. I gotta get it. My lethal weapon is whatever it is that I'm sending them in your direction. If you listen in my vicinity, think that I'm telling you not listen. If you understand, yo, tell who the villain doing. If I gotta get it, hey, who else wanna rap a little bit and take it away?
Check it out. As I walk to take another breath. Sort out my psyche, organize this mess. My mental twisted, inflicted with pain. Insanity rules in my mad domain. I'm affected by anger, jealousy, hate. But the next man trying to control my fate, trying to use me, yo, like I don't exist. Soon it must stop, these fools can't persist. But I'm still the stress at my best. Nonetheless, I maintain my existence and fight through the stress. Got me thinking plans, I'll be glad. All this crazy shit got me fucking sad.
I spend a week in a day, I sleep in a grave. I peek, weep in an ashtray, I peek in a cash pay. I speak it sideways, I seek it my way. I creep in there, I keep ahead of the page. I creep into a maze, your piece of shit never failed to amaze me. Catch your pants down, say cheese, red face, like an old perv staring at page 3. Trying to get it swift death to be pain-free.
Like a phoenix, shoot the wings of an angel and asked, is it me next? The seamstress, the goddess, in all seriousness, she pays off after rectify the pain stains through her mother's cry, and she flies like a phoenix, shoot the wings of an angel and asked, is it me? The The seamstress, the goddess, in all seriousness, she pays up after rectify the plane stain through her mother's back and she fly like a phoenix, shook the wings of an angel and asked, is it me? That seamstress, that goddess, in all seriousness, she pays up after rectify the plane stain through her mother's back.
You see what doesn't happen when there isn't slip jumpy? There's a big stampede for a quick chance each. I'm TP Hines, I'm the wigwam chief. 4-bar pass, spit that for me.
Yo, my name is Shaman, acting so complacent. Now we put myself a different basin. No, we're back to I'm amazing. See, but we don't know it now. No, we're back to hold it down. Everybody's holding crown. And no, we're back to know it now.
So now we solar bound, grinding like the rollers. Moving like until the audience is bare like polar. Switching my mind and my flow, I'm bipolar. Just doing this past the 4 bars is kosher.
Getting all kinds of wavy. I'm in my hometown, hold tight, Brighton, baby. I was born and bred a Brighton, baby. Yeah, I said it 3 times, but we getting kinda wavy. Let me fuck.
EMC's alive, EMC's alive, EMC's alive. If you ever call my name when it's set, come back with a full 5. EMC's alive, EMC's alive, EMC's alive. If you ever call my name when it's set, I'ma come back with a full 5.
Once upon a time, there was a little sperm that met an egg. With inside that little creation, mate, that was my head. The lyricism is a given in the Britain that I say. Holy shit, you're more hyperactive, mate, you better make.
Holding the level, I'm stealing the double, I'm stealing the mix. Stealing the mix, now I'm taking a kick, now I'm taking a kick, now I'm taking a kicks. Kicks in the punch and the kicks and I'm punching the face and I'm out. Kicking them out like an ape. Could call me a big boy, man, is a monk. Run life up in the concrete, see, same thing through past and I spent tons waiting, trying to find a way path trapped in the matrix, please. And the key smith just on me, that the genius nuts, cause I ran so fast. When I speed, I just can't catch, it was like, come back.
Yo, I bring the 4 bars straight from the underground. Represent Brighton to London town, they wonder how. Listen, we on the stage at the Concorde. Take a plane to France and say bonjour.
Like one pick. It's a fucking 4 bar.
It's an ambient moment.
It's a beautiful moment.
Let's get pantsy.
Hey, everyone go to your fucking local hip-hop nights. Look them up. Don't wait for them to look you up. Go and fucking go there.
Or just make them yourself.
Make one yourself as well. Yes, hey.
I do believe, truthfully, it's a unity. All you human beings start dancing to the rhythm now. Now while we spit it out here for this million crowd. It's your turn if you want to do
really
a composition. I'm a walking contradiction, now you ought to spit it.
I've got that beautiful vibe, I like this alive, cause I'm like my saliva when I get live. It's be the mystic, ultimate sadistic, Larry Diamond coming with the happy shopper biscuit. 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 packs, 4. I just beat that one fucking up the law.
Wasn't sure if I was counting right or not. Bring me back to the spot like I was about this high tall. Like I'm quite a small guy, make you feel kinda cool. I know that's the way I do drool, and it might get a little bit of spindle. Check my district mark from in the
Try the deficit, try dip the benefits, try deafening with defenses. Look what we're up against. Took our right, stuck us on the left. No more sitting on the back bench, don't need the votes, won't toe the party lines. All we need is a couple 100,000 more heads. So I write more words, more lines, I might what?
Lágrimas con ácido, más corrosiva, la comparativa de tu vida tan normal y yo suicida. Buscar la tranquilidad de tu palabra cómoda, lanzar cartas al mar mientras bebemos la botella.
Ooh, forgive me if I'm a little casual, cause I do this natural. I am nocturnal and I feel this thermal. It's burning up, I know that we're turning up. Oh, and I know, and I know, and I know. And I know, and I know, and I know. And we know, and we know, and we know.
Check. We used to shop bags to bag paper, trying to earn a crop, but now we turning black paper to a work of art, painting blissful scenes of mystery as I word my bars. I used to watch down from the top cloud and say the world was ours, but then we merged apart. It's a case of a sweet street to a murky path, and you just follow the leader like a herd of calf. But when the herb is passed to this person's grass.
Yo, I'm a broke teen, but soon I will be a broke man. What the fuck, do we really need that low gang? What the fuck, do we actually try to need it? Now I can't see any stuff is mischievous. I tried to make it, and with the memories, looking at my syllables and over fact in ahead of me.
I choose the ink you wish said paint me. I
I went and swallowed my own cage key. Like Houdini, I give the crowds late relief. Said I got stomach, you can try break for teeth. Scratch that like your lottery card. Impossibly scarred, leave you probably barred. Man's chatting like equality's hard. To be equal don't mean freedom's gotta be masked.
Yo, big up the kids from Audio Active. Most of these guys are pretty young, but they've already got the knack of it. Yo, loads of the youngers were like, poetry, that's some whack shit. They didn't even come here, you acted so fast, I just teach them to practice. This is what we're doing, it's changing up the averages. And if you see I'm a catalyst, I get them into it. Rapping big, make some noise, smash the shit. Oi, oi.
Take it. Should I? Grab it, take it, my brother, take it.
Now we all have our morals, we all have our principles. Ladies and gentlemen, check out these individuals. All of us are trapped in our own mental prison, but they want to break free from their own lyricism. Chris, not taking the piss, you're getting faster. 5 years time, this boy will be a master. Until then he has just discover it. Honestly, I want the fucking time that I utter this. Tom Hines, strong rhyme this time that you bring this. It's about time in Brighton we sing this. You're a local hero, from 10 to 0. You're 11, bro, and it's time you're like De Niro and Al Pacino, or like the heroes of the Tarantino. Mate, I'm always fucking comic like the Beano. But check out these boys and the ladies on stage. They don't even need a fucking pen upon a page. They got the rage, they're outrageous. They are so worthy that they verbally are reaching loquacious. This is what we do until we're trapped in our cages. Do this fucking mouth freestyle, mate, and break out from your cages.
Everybody better than everybody, and I see what's the motherfucker go on speed, but in other words, you just begin with me. Everybody wants to speed deeper for the fucking. You begin to go my smug and say, oh my god, when I'm gonna give it the note, and you're off guard, but the CM to me. So when I'm way to the top, and I wanna go, I'm gonna go, but I'm stopping the king on the cross. Don't me pop, one biggest three, biggest four. Everybody put it back to the dust floor, but when I wanna be the better than I'm getting, but everybody get up on the bombers and going, I'm gonna never been the mortgage. Whoa, I'm an animal, I'm a motherfucking cannibal, go come in the box star, but you can say I'm cool, way too much for this dude, but give it a shovel, gonna pay for this dude. Don't dig my nigga, you give a go through, you give a good fucked in the head with this dude. I'm a werewolf, but even see me in the dark, you don't wanna go and see the full moon. I'm coming back to that, but I got crushed when I came back, but he was if you can give that when you fuck boys, giving anybody that still started line. Made a bucket jacks on the ground, I was in the bad land, and I still be back in the rhyme. Even an MC on fucking on the beat, and I'm better than you, but you're out of your prime.
Yo. We need to get on with the show. Can you have some noise for the people on the open mic, please? So yeah, it's nice for the rappers to get to play on their own climbing frame, you know what I mean? 10 to 10, Rosie, cowboy time.
10 to 10, yeah. We decided that we'd start at cowboy time, 10 to 10.
10 to 10.
And so we are.
What, you don't know that? Oh.
Right, so it's 9 to 10. Shit. Right, we're getting into the battle round. Can we have all of the poets onto this side of the stage? Poets. No, that side of the stage, you idiot.
Yeah.
All the poets and all the rappers onto the stage now, please. We're going to start in humble style with self-deprecation. Which side is going to go first? If you think rap should go first, make some noise.
Sorry, do you want to see rappers take the piss themselves, or do you want to see poets? Come on, guys.
All right then. Let us start off with the poets, and in true self-deprecating style, can you please welcome? You can't use this one, there isn't another one. In self-deprecating style, please welcome to the stage. Oh, he's not here. Where the fuck is Robyn Lawley? He self-deprecated himself out of existence. Robyn Lawley! Here he comes. Here he comes. Give it up for Robyn Lawley!
Great. Example! Boys! Yeah. Now I've given my myself the joy of being confused on a regular basis by people shouting example at me for the next couple of months.
And moist.
And moist. Right. Coming on confused me slightly. I was really not sure how well I was doing when I did that first bit. And then being told afterwards when I'm going for a cigarette, oh, my mates were in stitches. Well, okay, I wouldn't have minded hearing that, but anyway. Just helps calm the, things. Right, let's see how we do with this. Thinking I can have an evening out without finding it overwhelming. Oh shit, I'm going to get this shouted at me as well. Pointless. Taking a poetry slam seriously. Pointless. Taking poets versus MCs seriously. Yeah, really should have rehearsed this with at least one other person so I don't do much in the way of call and response. Hoping that my default setting will change from confused. One of my favourite TV quizzes. It was bound to get a mention, I thought I might as well get it out of the way early. Gets a bit darker now. Pointing out the terror threat level is exaggerated. Oh, that got an ooh. Yeah. That more attacks took place during my youth in the 80s, but people weren't as scared. That was a reluctant pointless that. I'll not forget being sat with this young lad just telling me, but I don't remember that. Alright. Trying to clarify that in many ways we've never had it so good. You weren't sure, some of you there. Thinking I could go into any shop without remembering a line from Open All Hours, as Arkwright says, how much? Yep, some of you are ahead of me. Telling bar staff when buying a pint, in my day it cost no more than a groat. Yes, pointless, even if occasionally fair exchange for an exasperated smile. Wondering if I'll ever be able to take advice such as, don't worry about it. Almost certainly pointless. Trying to communicate with strangers online when convinced I've mastered the art of finding the exact combination of words and syntax that will guarantee no response. Yep. Wondering if I can avoid the subject of Brexit while staying with family over Christmas. I did a slight variation this time and said it was probably pointless. I thought, can't they just get on with it? Might stop the question. Yeah, it was just pointless. You're right. Yeah.
Pointless.
Quite. I'm glad we rehearsed, because otherwise that wouldn't have melded in. Anyway. Then there's a complete change of theme, as I end up saying, as Breaker Morant put it, live each day as if it were your last, because eventually you're bound to get it right. No, there was no pointless at the end of that. I prefer to tell myself to recognise and appreciate the good days, learn to survive the rest. Everything else may or may not be. It was almost like we'd rehearsed. Cheers.
Some noise, please. Edmund was just saying he's heard that poem 10 times. Noise, please! Yeah, I think the person to go up and give themselves a bit of a hard time is Slam the Poet, so please make some noise to Slam the Poet again, please!
Go and ship me, my son. Yo, when I grip the mic, you know I burn through percussion. Furnace on my tongue, I look like human combustion. I got fingertips conducting raw shocks. It's a current I keep close to the surface, not safe for the touching. My rage is combustuous. I am here, alone, bearing my flesh to the bone, the gauntlet thrown, come find me in the battle zone. And I won't tolerate amateur theatrics, they call this a stage? Nah, this the final phase of my ascension. My mouth is dry, my eyes are red, my throat is raw and cracked, my heart. 4 chambers locked, an echo loaded. Whispered trigger to my neighbor, held my hammer close. More times I keep my muzzle shut. Shrug 'em off. Ain't really one for shaggy dogs in sob-story back catalogues. I left them in the pound, scraping pennies together to make a sound. See, my voice has never been exciting. Till I looked up and saw the lightning, heard no thunder, knew someone had to claim the silence. My teachers taught me wrong. They gave me a pen but never made me the writer. I keep my fingers in a glass jar for special occasions. My amputation was a man-making achievement. Ain't too sure how to say what I'm feeling. Handshakes for me are just there for demons. I'd rather give them the stump. I'd rather give them a spud. Like safe. Like safety. Like safety in numbers. Like all my brothers are ducked and left me in a dungeon. Like half my family torn apart by heartache. I'm just trying to play the safe side, so safe and stay away. That's what we say. As in, I hope you're keeping safe, brother. As in, I hope you're keeping my secret safe, brother. As in, I know you see my pain, better keep your eyes in a safe place. Your tongue is a rotten 2x4 for your words to walk from. Don't let it go take you for a dive. I put big distance between me and mine. Until this one night, I was rolling down Trafalgar Street, feet practically slipping through the cracks, not trusting the traffic lights, and I heard something. I heard a thumping. I heard a tap. I heard a thump. Tap, 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 back at the crowd, young hunchback stares at the stage, lungs full of cloud, dry ice, wet mouth, ears full, shocked to hear myself muttering, quick blood stuttering my veins, quite amazed. I have found a rope in the maze, I have found a flow in the phrase, I have found a choking body suddenly breathing, now leaving the crowd, standing deep under floodlights, and my hand is hot, microphone cold, and I take hold and I let go. I have swallowed your pebbles for too long. Beach rappers coming and stepping and ain't gone. Either spreading lies, how you leaving these days, or begging the rapper by repeating this phrase. Runs to the litter, get run out of the city. Top dog, alpha pack, check your neck, I'm ready to clean up. Shot, purge the body, burn the lot. Not shot, nor shot to lock off what you got. My rage is murderous, slash suicidal, slash rhymes disciple, slash face, slash eyeball, slash blood urinal. My flow splash tidal, I take back your title, think no damn revival.
Sometimes I wish I could convince myself that this was everything I wanted. First time I took the mic, I was proud and honest. Second time I told the whole town I was on it. By the third time, all I could do was spit foul sonics, putrid verses, ugly prose. I let horrid monsters go writhing on the floor. I made myself disgust. Them cypher nights, those rap circles. I felt the air unlock and myself unravel. My gods had left their screens and brought themselves here to gnash their teeth and vomit devils from their gut. Ancient catharsis cleansing the timber. We clapped our hands and let our love unleash. I have seen wings and recognized my own shoulder blades. I have reached for microphones and known them as palm-sized Babels.
I have passed on those ball-headed batons and seen them used as weapons of destruction. I too have turned to fury for protection. I've dismantled younger versions of myself and not known how to put them together. Everyone around me is the same. We count our friendships by the pain that they withstand. We hold each other close like wrestlers or thumbscrews or castles made of sand. We are a tight pack and thank God for that. Hip-hop homed us, hugged us, owned us, loved us when we were foaming at the mouth, ranting and rabid and gurning and scraping our skins. It taught me my demons by name. We speak more openly now. We sit at the back of smoky rooms in parties away from the crowd and we agree with each other. We should get out. I am longing for softness. I am looking for laughter. Thank you. Please, teach me how to live in a home without sleeping in the fireplace. Thank you very much, Poets for Simpson.
We're coming to the end. But seriously, do you know what, mate? I fucking give up. Or rather, I don't give up. I will come back next year because what the hell is this? This isn't battle and nor is it self-deprecation. This is a continuation of the showcase round. I don't approve. And it's over time on both counts. Every year Robyn Lawley says, let's keep a timer so we can let people know when they go over time. And when he was going over time, I thought, oh yeah, we forgot about that. Let's start timing people. Both of them have gone over time. So now, guys, if you go over time, we'll buzz you in some disgusting way and let you know. Now we're going to take it back to the battle. We're going to have the first of our two battle rounds. Can you please welcome to the stage, Byrne! Yeah!
Well, I wrote this on the bus here, so you probably don't need to worry about it going over time, so bear with. Here's the poem. When I sat down to write this on the bus, this poem I had nothing, but the more I thought about it, the ideas just kept on coming, separate and disjointed like floating clouds of thought in a row. But I thought, hey, I'll just take a leaf out of your guys' book and go with whatever the flow. Like, I've got this friend who's a bit of a hipster. He's 6'2", and he has the face of an angel, but still at parties his point of pride is having a poet, me, by his side. We've got flowers and scarves and tortured souls. Our fingers have ink and our noses have moles. For all this party bullshit, the message was sent. I think poets might be cooler than rappers at the moment. Also, separate point. There's this thing I keep thinking. What is rapping if not quick poetry? Like, I know there's guys and girls from the poetry world and then find out they're MCs. Like Tom. It's been so long since we sat in a circle drinking tea at Ted Hughes' house. Oh wait, it wasn't. That was last week. True. And Eben, am I to understand that you are the Youth Slam Poetry Champion? Fucking big up to that. What I'm saying is come and join our team before the offer's gone. Just turning the page. Otherwise, what are we to do but stand and watch the gap between rap and poetry minimise? We'd all be talking in rhythm, like I'm doing, and all our couplets would rhyme. Poetry gave birth to rap, but that doesn't mean you can't embrace our stereotypes. So come over, sit in a circle, and write about flowers, and cry.
So Moses, come on, please. Yeah, poetry didn't get better to rap. Most of us didn't write this shit down, you know what I'm saying? So the next rapper was supposed to be coming from Scotland. And you know Scottish people are good at rapping because most have got MC in front of their name. But he couldn't come down. So someone stepped in last minute, like literally last minute. This guy is called Ski Machine and he's just gonna come through and do something. Make some noise, Ski Machine, please!
Yes, people. How are we all doing tonight? You good? Excellent. Yeah, mate, this has been a fucking random week for me, man. It's been proper weird, but one of the things that I've realised this week is how much I fucking love this city and all the people that make it what it is. So make some noise for yourselves, Brian. You are fucking brilliant. Right, that's the pleasantries out of the way. Now let's get on with the nasty then. It's Poets v MCs, the latest chapter of battle. It's great we're back in the saddle, debating matters to tackle, and ways to scrap and to grapple, against a gaggle of fraggles, unchained and fastened from shackles to raise some laughter and cackles. See, in this battle of words, this stage adaptation of Scrabble, they ain't a patch on the rabble that make vernacular dazzle. They say some vacuous babble, some strange and fatuous prattle, cause they just chatter and gabble, it ain't inaccurate tattle. Chris. Chris, come here a second, mate, come here, you know what I'm gonna say. They say rappers love guns, guns, guns! Just cause one time Gramsci aimed a gat at some cattle. Or that happened! He denies it, but apparently it did.
Shut cow!
Well, I was like, yeah, just because one time Gramsci aimed a gat at some cattle, or that because of all the drugs the brains of rappers are addled, but that's a front to try and not display the fact that they're rattled, because everyone in here knows their brazen acts and debacle. Oh bless, they try their best to raise the maximum hackles, but they know they're up shit creek and they've a lack of a paddle. So here's what they did today, they made a snack of falafel. They didn't need a hope from somewhere, they were sat in a chapel. Pray to God, pray to Allah, pray to snap and to crackle, even pray to Anubis who's straight to that of a jackal. They prayed they won't be KO'd and lay dispatched in the gravel, but already the plan they laid and hatched is unravelled. So soon they'll run for the hills, escape and scatter and straggle. In despair and shame, they'll make a dash and skedaddle. They'll resurface days later, shaken, ashen, bedraggled, each face aghast and betwattled, still dazed and battered and baffled. So should I open old wounds by gaping back at the annals, reignite some old feuds and make a chasm a channel? Nah, that's easier than shooting hake and bass in a barrel. So instead I mock their antiquated fashion apparel, or their rhymes as corny as the amazing packets of frazzles. Every time. They're as pointless as if you gave a cat a vajazzle. See, you and all your ilk who made the tracks that you travel have caused more suffering and pain than Reagan, Thatcher and Savile. Oh, and a sharpie take a breath from the crowd. Yeah, that was the last line, but thank you very much. That was exactly the response I wanted. Big up yourselves, people. Have a good night.
Okay guys, I think we need to cancel the rest of the event because a lot of us run creative writing and rap and poetry workshops, and this guy seriously needs to extend his rhyme schemes. So, what do you say? We just all sit around, do some group work. Okay, Chris is going over to do it. And we'll come back to it later. While we formulate those rhyme schemes, we're going to get to our next round. This is speed writing. Do you remember the words? Rambunctious. Cabbage. Siamese. These guys have got their Scots, or Scot, I should say. We too have our visitor from London. Can you please welcome Jamir Early? He wasn't here even to get the word, so I hope he's going to do all right in the speed writing. He comes up, he's speed walking. Jamir Early.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Jamir Early. I'm American. You won't hold that against me because you've been listening to our music this whole night. I'm an improv poet too, which means I'll make it up, but I won't be able to mumble like these guys as you dance to the beat. Whatever happened to poetry? It seems to become so popular. Maybe that's because rap has become mumbly. You want to feel the rhythm, but you want to hear the sound. The sound behind the sound behind the words. You want to go deep. Deep, deep, deep. You want it in your blood and in your hair and in your skin. You want to leave the room with all the sensations that they have given you. Like boiled cabbage. Ooh, there's one. There's one and it's been fun. I mean, we are kind of like Siamese cats, but I can move in more places than you do. I don't have to write it down and I can change the rhythm and speed at any time. I won't now because you're not necessarily worth it. I'm waiting for the rappers to arrive. Has anyone seen them? I'm sorry, I'm just warming up the mic for De La Soul. They'll be here in a minute. They're just waiting for these guys to unpack their equipment. Now I need to be careful because what poets do is they write long messages on Facebook about how you offended me in a social justice kind of way, but these guys might become rambunctious and pull up their pants and chase me down the lane. Somewhere in here there was supposed to be a poem about feeling a meeting and transformation, about the connection of people moving slowly in a quick life, about the heartbeats and dark rooms where we all become one thing, one people, one person, and it is clean and it is clear. I mean, we're giving you that. Hopefully they'll get their game up and give you some too.
Hey yo. Now, if you'd have asked me to freestyle using 3 words for 5 minutes, I would have done that. But that's fine. We've got speed writing, and a 15-year-old young man is going to step to the stage. His name is Ebb and Flow, and I want you to give him a very warm welcome, please.
I'm still confused about whether or not that was a comedy set or a poem. And also, he said it was improvised. I heard you saying them out back. That wasn't improvised.
Fake news.
Alright, so I'm actually going to use all 3 of the words, unlike someone.
He did use all the words.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so I must have nodded off, I got a bit... So I'm having real trouble with the mic stand here. This is...
You'll learn.
Okay. Out in the fields they lie, like miniature land mines with slug pellet shrapnel. These fuckers are one hell of a handful. They come in all colours, red, green, and maybe some more. I don't know, I don't run a gardening store, but I do know one thing. These will slip into your salad like a rumbustious rap verse into a ballad. This thing is a cabbage. And I carry it like heavy baggage, so I'll peel back life's cabbage leaves. Deep in the vegetable I see where the maggots breed. Look, alright, I'm not a fan of the cabbage, so I'll sprinkle some carrot seeds. Kick in the cabbage. Now I feel rumbustious. After this, my hatred of the cabbage is so old it's the rustiest. After this cabbage poem, my reputation will be the ugliest. on a serious note, we've got more food than we need. Half the time I don't know if it's our mouths or boredom we feed. It's chains and we need to be freed. It's an easy cycle that we need to break. So I'm gonna slam the brakes, leaving more skid marks and diapers. Cause right now, we are the hairy, overfed bikers. To achieve change, we need our ears pricked, like Siamese the cat. But unlike that, we don't need our asses licked. Life's a map, so follow your path when walking through cabbage farms. Talking of change, on the poet team, I see just one new face. Look, we get it, you guys are tighter than a shoelace. But come on, take a step back like free throws. See, the rap team isn't afraid of new blood like mosquitoes. Unlike rumbustious shows at poetry gigs, I see tumbleweed blow. So they come battle us, salty like a Dorito. Talking of that, I saw a cabbage flavoured crisp. I don't really have a point to go with that, but you get the gist. Cause if it's in my mouth, I bet I ain't liking it. Remove waste properly, put you poets and the crisps in recycling bins. Oh, time up. I'm gonna keep going anyway. Like this, we need to remove labels, because one blow from a stereotype can be fatal. We need to get our facts straight. Since when did robust just mean violent? How come boisterous isn't meaning playing violins? We gotta go together through these icy winds, because at the end of the day, we are all Siamese twins.
I was going to say, a poem of highs and lows. On the one hand, he says there's one new person on our team when it's quite clear there are three. That's okay, he hasn't done his GCSEs yet, he's only done his mocks. I know, because my daughter's in the same year, they're buddies. It's all to play for him, but on the plus side, being a great neologist, he did make up a new word, rumbustious. I think we can all take that forward into the future. But next up we've got the next round, love it or hate it. Pretty open, I think it's quite self-explanatory. Can you please welcome to the stage with loving it or hating it, whatever it is, Mike Parker.
Hello, hello, hello. This is about me. Yeah. Love it, hate it. And it's all about you. Love you, hey ya. I host Hammer and Tone Poetry Slam. Yes, we've got some whoos and some yeahs there. There's a mighty fine thing. The Guardian once described it as reinventing the medium for the hip-hop generation. Which was nice of them. But I am not from the hip-hop generation, if such a thing could be said to exist. I am from the last generation of rock. My bars are the 12 bars of a Led Zeppelin killing floor. My flow is the flood of the wah-wah guitar, the voodoo of Hendrix, stretching the blues to the purple edge of the apocalypse. I spit like Johnny Rotten splitting the shit of Little Britain, sitting pretty vacant, no filter to the filth and the fury. My words have been bent and twisted into shape by the beats of every band that I've been in. Yes, I had a blues band, I had a rock band in black leather biker jackets, man. I had a big beat electro thing, and then I had a funk thing that was something to behold. I was sold. But, you know, each band self-destructed. 3 guitarists went mad, smashed up the guitars. One had rheumatoid arthritis so bad that he couldn't stand the damp of England, went to live in the desert sand of southern Spain, left me here standing in the rain with no band but bursting with lyrics. I became a poet. Yeah. And Brighton It's a good place to be a poet. Every other place you go, it's got an open mic night. And if I've got the night right, I get what I write right. And people said, you know, I like Mike. And I was thinking, yeah, quite right. And then I met the rappers who took the piss, called us lyrical slackers. Said your words dribble out like piss from overfull bladders. You strut around and moan like Mick Jaggers. Your chat is the scat that my tomcat scatters. You're about as entertaining as a kick in the knackers. You're as crap as a crass Christmas collaboration between, say, Christina Aguilera, Craig David and Coldplay. You want to hear that? They tore us to tatters. But I stood up and said, yeah, it's the poetry that matters. Now, there began the most joyous of artistic sibling rivalries, the 15 years of Brighton's own poets versus MCs. These are my favourite rappers. Byrne, yeah, John Clark, Rick, Hindsley, and I'll tell you what these battles with the rappers has given me: utter respect for the skill of spitting free, and amazement at the crazy speed of lyrical facility, and a total reappraisal of the power of the simile, because like Hendrix on guitar, you've got amazing ability. Like Pistols or the Clash, your passion has an anarchy. Like Ozzy Osbourne's bat, your wildness has bitten me. Like Elvis Presley's final burger, I know that you're not shitting me. And so I won't lie to you, it's still rock and roll that's most fulfilling me. But when, just like Jim Morrison might have said, it's your bars that are killing me. Thank you, rappers. Thank you, rappers. I bow to you and bow out. Thank you.
Give it to my partner, please! I kind of like it now he's like Tory, I was go against me. So next up for the same round, it's the Love and Hate King again, and we have someone who's been a poet and an MC. He's been both. Split Richard, make some noise, please!
Alright. Let's fucking have it. I was going to communicate a little love to you before I started, but I want to stay conscious of the time, so hopefully my rhyme will convey what I need to say. Only thing I will say is Gramsci did not shoot a cow, he just had a little beef. Alright, this is about love and hate. I love confidence, hate bravado, love guacamole, but motherfuck avocado. Love beauty, hate vanity, hate rudeness, love profanity, love sincerity, hate tryhards, hate Christmas, love Die Hard. Hate timetables, love table tennis, love that there's someone on our team the same age as this event is. And join me on this one, I love living in Brighton. 16 years deep, it's something I keep taking delight in. Hippies and hipsters and hedonists and heathens, mashheads and vegans, students and stoners. If you didn't play music or work in service, you'd probably teach yoga. But I hate gentrification, HMO laws and the rampant extent of rent inflation. I hate the way the North Lane is gradually succumbing to the encroachment of chains, but I love the way walking from end to end takes all day. Because every other motherfucker stops to say hey. I love the places where I work and the people I get to work with, many of whom are here tonight, but I hate the way anytime somebody wants to give an example of a career that's considered worthy or prestigious, it's always the same few in the frame, something like doctor, lawyer, engineer, professor, but never toilet cleaner, street sweeper, bin collector. These kind of jobs we look down our nose at and speaking about them as if we suppose that we could survive 5 minutes without them. Doctors save lives and should be celebrated United, sure, but you know who probably saves more? The people who mop the hospital floor. And I hate that there has to be. I hate that there has to be a living wage, because the minimum wage does not do what it's supposed to. But I love that there's shit in my life money can't come close to. Hate how much of the world, how much of the time is so cruel and unkind and uneven. But love that I was blessed with the best head start anyone could ever dream of receiving. To be unconditionally loved and believed in. That's why I love my mother. Hate that she had to struggle and suffer for me and my brother, but love the dignity with which she took care of it. And any compliment I've ever received, I sincerely believe she deserves a share of it. Love that she unknowingly called me Richard James, because now like the singer of almost the same name, I am in love with Mary Jane. So I hate that prohibition has disseminated lies and desecrated lives for close to a century, but I love that eventually it feels like maybe the wind could be changing, and I am in love with aging. Ain't nobody fading. These dumb fucks are out of luck if they thought I was creaking. I feel like a crispy duck, I'm still peeking. Never reach the die, because the look that I'm ultimately after is that of a wise old kung fu master. But I hate the way that age is so often perceived like some kind of disease or embarrassing infection. I hate that there's a major line of cosmetics called age correcting. You can look that shit up. And I know if someone says you look young for your age, it's meant to be complimentary, but I don't like the opposite that it implies. I want my life to be written in my face and in my eyes, and I love those who wear theirs with pride. The 36 years I've been here is something I rejoice in, not something I hide. And I hate rushing, but I motherfucking love running. Gunning up and down the seafront for miles, all smiles, high on the greenery, high on the scenery, and trying to explain just what it means to me is kind of hard. Because you ever see a dog when it gets to the park, go berserk when they take the lead off, because it's desperately in need of the primal necessity to simply burn energy. That's kind of what I mean. And if you've never seen the Brighton Marathon, well then you really ought to. From the runners to the supporters to the volunteers who take in the bags and hand out the waters, the mass display on that day you'll see if the very best of the human spirit could warm the chest of even the coldest of cynics. And when you're actually in it, it's a 26-mile carnival, and you are the procession showing a succession of exceptionally beautiful moments with 12,000 teammates and just one opponent. And the only day of the year that can even come near is this thing right here and right now. I love this shit like I can't tell you how. I love this winter and the arse in the town, but you all still came down because word got around that this was worth seeing. And on the third Thursday of the first month, the Concord 2 is always the place worth being. And there's one person who's contributed more to this than most. She's been a team captain and a co-host, and a performer. I bet she doesn't care about that every time now. And a performer and a promoter. Of the only show I know that can boast her. Reputation that can sell close to 500 tickets without a single fucking name on the poster. So won't you please raise up your glass and toast her. We went from comrades to adversaries, and that one got personally. And what very nearly ruined my night, but to me that will always be one of Poets and MC's all-time highlights. And though I hate that my memory failed me and derailed me on this of all stages, I would still rather risk that than come up here clutching pages, because I love my audience enough to respect them and think the least they're expecting is for you to learn that shit. And if you want to hear the kind of cheers you've been getting for years, you've got to earn that shit. But all battling aside, I love being on this ride. So to end, I just want to send love to the rappers and poets, to Rosie and Heinzie and Manon and Tiny, all of the Concord 2, and all of you for standing here and listening to me explaining it. Why life for me is kind of a love-hate relationship. Thank you, guys.
Of the Concord 2. He's ascended. Now shut up. He went over time. Now guys, we're going to move on to the next round. I appreciate your chance. We got a bit more battle-y in there in some parts, but I think we need to go more. So now we've got the parody round. We know the poets all hate ourselves. We sit in our room self-harming. I presume the rappers do as well. At least some breast, you know. Normally, today they were hiding behind their screen. Normally it's the mask. They can't even show their faces. They're so ashamed of themselves. And in that spirit, I'm going to welcome up our next battlers, and they are Sofie Brown and AP Staunton with a cameo from Conor Byrne. Give it up!
What we're going to attempt here is a poetry battle. You might have seen a rap battle, which is where two rappers get up on stage and diss each other, which is accurate. Okay, accurate. And the reason why we don't have poetry battles is because poets normally refer to diss each other behind their backs. But we're going to do it now on stage, and I'm here as sort of a compare hype man.
Hype man.
Yes. Later. Instead of getting at each other personally, we're going to go based on the place that you're from. So AP's from the north, Sophie's from the south.
Okay, so anybody here tonight who has an affiliation with the north? Thank you.
Hype him, Connor. Hype him up. Hype him.
Oh yeah. So normally you would have a sort of beatbox person, but we've got a person with a recorder because that's what poetry is like. So anyone from the north, listen to this tune and you will probably like it. That sums my life up, really.
Okay, so I'm from the south of England. Hype me up, Connor.
Right, we're going to start now.
All right then. That's what we do in poetry. We're just mad. Okay, so this is like a north versus south battle. Okay, so you got me. Okay, we wouldn't start. We deep fry our chips in beef lard. Keep our ferrets out in the backyard. Our roads are cobbled, they're not tarred. We don't drink in Wetherspoons because we're all bad. It's great being northern.
We pay £3.50 for a cafe latte. Serve Waitrose guacamole at our dinner parties. Visit open houses because we're so arty-farty. It's great being southern.
Sanding down our favourite clogs. Cutting up newspaper for the outside bogs. Our alleyways are full of abandoned dogs. Though we can't fucking see them because of the smog. It's great being northern.
You got Desperate Housewives, and we enjoy Towie. You've got the Chuckle Brothers, and we made David Bowie. We make our own gluten-free bread, so our hands are all floury. It's great being Southern.
We live off platefuls of onion and tripe. Smoke capstan full strength out of a briar pipe. We'd rather lose our religion than our stereotype. That's me in the corner next to Michael Stipe. It's great being Northern.
You have alleyways and we have Twittons. You have Paul O'Brady and we have Britain. I think this is the worst poem that I have ever written. It's great being Southern.
We go the pictures, you visit the cinema. You pop in the halos, you peruse the wine bar. We travel by bus, you can't live without your car. We have boiled rice, you have pila. It's great being Northern.
You're outraged at the price of our beer. Take the piss out of my accent like I am Kin Lear. But I have a question for your proud Northern ear. If the South is such a shithole,
You make it personal now then. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of freestyling, okay? And you know what freestylers do, don't you? You know what freestyling is all about, don't you? Oh yes. Oh yeah, I'm so good. Oh yeah. Freestyling is freestyling is no glasses there, so okay. Freestyling is spitting lyrics in ciphers that you make up on the spot. Improvised, spontaneous, off the top of your head. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of freestyling now about how shit your poetry is. Okay. Right, let's freestyle. Your ballads are bollocks. Your cinquains are a pain. Your parodies are a pox. Your laments are lame. Your couplets can't couple. Your rhyming is worse. Your limericks so supple. I call them free verse. You're a shit poet.
okay, I'm a haiku, and you're an oxymoron. The way you handle meter is totally appalling. I've got one thing to say to you, and that's fuck you, Elvis Johnson.
Your words are as outdated as a royal pavilion. Your popularity on par as the directors of Carillion. I'd rather wax me back crack and have a fucking Brazilian than listen to your words. I'm off, thanks a million. You're a fucking shit Poets.
Your poem transuranics like a drunken bubble me, your metaphors are clunky, you're a broken simile. I think you've got to face it, you've got no talent orally. You are a shit poet, but at least you're not an MC.
Make some noise, please! Ooh, that was a slog, wasn't it? So... Someone needs a pee. Next up, after a dramatic pause, is... Just talk to the crowd for a second. A rapper who's going to do a parody of all that bullshit. So we have Boudicca! What you got, Boud?
I'm going to be boring now because I'm a poet. You both lost that battle, by the way. Right. So, I started as a poet, and now I'm an MC. I'm on their team. I'm the only girl on their team. By the way, you could have had me, but you didn't ask in time. So now, I'm doing my parody about girls who rap. Girls who rap. Do we respect ourselves? Girls who rap. Do we get naked for attention? Girls who rap. Do we like to be objectified? Girls who rap. Do we do it so guys who rap will notice us? Girls who rap, can we compete with Nicki or Cardi B or Iggy? Can mainstream media only handle one queen at a time? Think you've got bars, get in line, practice all the time. Get better, get yourself noticed, invest, pump back every penny to plump your backside and chest. Forget discretion, you need to get your fans obsessed. They might hang your posters above their bed, your figure perfect, naked or well dressed. Guys who rap though, do they even have to try? Adidas tracksuit, fat suit, refusal to comply? Guys who rap though, do they get bitches and hoes to flatter and tap splatter with glitter and gold? Guys who rap though, do they get lean, LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, get wrecked and don't want their ecstasy? Bet there's no track record less clean than the tracks and records they've released. Do girls who rap, do guys who rap though? Girls who rap, are we sick of picking up the slack, the bill, while guys who rap pick up the dank, the pills, cheap thrills and deep skills on the beat drill? Or girls/guys who rap, are we the poets still? Are we poets in collectives with connections? Are we poets with producers? Are we poets with baseball caps, flip back, no tilted beret, scarlet handkerchief round our neck as if to say, insert Tommy Scissors impression, I'm cultured. Are we poets in skinny jeans, crept so clean they kept us pristine artifacts, glisten on stage, I walk, I talk, you listen. Girls who rap, are we poets, or are we poets who can also rap? If I write this, take the piss of rappers in a poem, not a single poet who could diss us back on the track without a hit and miss. Rappers are poets with skills and flow, flowetry, a gift. Songs are poems wrapped in a bow.
The idea that rappers are those who can't have a hit and miss is, I think, tenuous. But nevertheless, for me tonight, I was thinking this earlier during the cypher, when Boudicca was the one and only woman taking part in it. Whether I must have been looking from the wrong angle. In spite of that, I think, from what I say, she's the fucking queen of the night. Can we give it up to Boudicca? It's the first time she's performed it tonight. everything I've seen her do tonight has been absolutely fucking brilliant, and I'm really happy that she is here. I'm still kind of confused though, because the battle round hasn't been very battly. Is this what happens when I don't take part in the battle round? No one turns mean anymore. I want more meanness, do you? If there's no more meanness, we're just going to have to turn on ourselves. You guys are going to have to start eat each other's faces. And we back here drink each other's drinks or something. We've got one more round. It's the second general battle round, which means it's one-on-one. And we, on the Poets team, have got the one and only Chris Parkinson!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote you a poem. This is called Gramsci Definitely Shot a Cow, I Have Photographs. That doesn't really come up in any of the rest of the poem, apart from in the subtext, but I expect you to deduce it from the content. Has anyone read this month's issue of Viva Brighton magazine? I've got a copy of it here, and I've been paying particular attention to page 49. Honestly, look, here we go. Oh no, that's not page 49, that's Warhorse. Has anyone seen Warhorse? So we'll talk about that later. Here we go, we've got Tom Hines, Hinesy Hines, on page 49, Z Hines. And yeah, I've just been flicking through it, to pass the time whilst the rappers are talking. To get to know what's going on in Brighton. As I said, Warhorse, I think it's at the Theatre Royal, I'm not entirely sure. Well, do you work for the Theatre Royal? In a minute, you can come up on stage and you can tell us about all of your upcoming engagements. It's going to be great. We've actually got a whole section for that. But now I've been flicking through the latest issue of Viva magazine, and I see there's an interview with Hinesy Hines in it. And obviously he's talking about Poets VMCs, because what else would you talk about? And it's obviously good to get publicity, because all publicity is good publicity. And also there's always some gems whenever anyone puts one of the MCs in front of an interviewer. And I'm not going to go into detail about what happened last year when a certain MC spoke to the Brighton Source, but it was solid gold, look it up. Honestly, it's the best interview I've ever read in my life. But it's actually quite a charming and almost endearing interview. And I'm afraid to say Hinesy actually lets the cat out of the bag when the last question in the interview comes up. And these are two quotes from the last. He says, "After all this time, most of us are pretty good friends. In reality, there's a lot of love between the two sides. And dear audience, I hate to break it to you, I hate to pull the curtain down and reveal the tiny little Wizard of Oz, but that's a bit later when John Clark comes out. It's kind of true. We're very fond of these guys, which is a little bit of a problem, because it makes it a lot harder to be mean about them on stage, especially if you've been being repeatedly mean about them on stage for what seems like most of your adult life. Like most of the people on the Poet team. We have got some fresh blood this year, and they've only done it about 4 or 6 times. I mean, it doesn't stop them being mean about us, but poets still have the remnants of what was once a heart beating in their chest. But still, despite all that, they're not some kind of faceless foe, but someone you actually like. So turn your barbs aside, and tonight we're going to let alternative facts reign. Let truth and lies merge. If you're going to be slandered in verse, why should the veracity matter? Raise your little citation needed in square brackets in protest, because I know all of your dirty little secrets. Spliff Richard may look kind and peace-loving, but I have it on record that he once constructed a homemade trebuchet and captured 240 cats and wheeled them and the trebuchet down to the seafront on an autumn afternoon and fired the cats one by one into the ocean. We're not talking some kind of childhood indiscretion. This was October last You know, it takes all sorts. Non comprende, non hablas español. I do appreciate Slam the Poet's futile attempt to self-parody. Bravo, bravo. The sound of one hand clapping in the forest. The thing you need to know about Slam the Poet is that he has some kind of internal blind spot, making it utterly impossible for him to tell the difference between a joke and a deadpan statement of fact. To sift through satire and sincerity. And this reached a pinnacle when he took the writers of the 1,000 greatest knock-knock jokes to court in a lengthy attempt to recoup reparations after they defamed his front door. No, so Slam the Poet, as everyone says every year, crazy name, crazy guy. I would try to lure him over to the poet side, but I don't think I'd ever look my teammates in the eye again if that happened. May I suggest, instead of Slam the Poet, you just keep most of it and go for Slam the Po-Faced? Just saying. What else? Jay, or should I say MC Icebox, or whatever you're calling yourself this month. Despite your clean living demeanour, a lot of rumours are flying around that you're some kind of wild-eyed fiend living for the beat and the buzz. And I'd just like to put it on record to the audience today, this is utterly untrue, and he's an upstanding member of the community who's never done anything wrong. Boudicca, top rapper, once killed an owl. We don't talk about it. But no, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get to the end. If you read page 49 of this, who wants it? Who's page 49? Oh. Sorry, throw like a poet. Let's not forget the other half of Heinz's interview, because he says, I think the audience take it more seriously than the performers. They demand blood. Do you demand blood? Are you ready for blood? Shall we bring the blood? Rosie Carey can spit actual spit at rappers better than these rappers can spit rhymes. Yo, are you guys a top floor escalator? Because you're going down. Are you guys the railways? Because you're going to be publicly owned. You herbal sleeping tablets? Because you seem to be lulling me into some kind of soporific trance, despite not containing anything of actual substance. Are you a Christmas tree in January? Because you seem to be hanging around on the level with your best days behind you, and you smell faintly of pine needles. Are you unfairly stereotyped as some kind of warrior tribe of gun-toting rappers who are more of a danger to each other than to anyone else? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, this doesn't really work. You've all seen the show, ladies and gentlemen, or at least 95% of the show. What do you think of the show? I've seen things you wouldn't believe tonight. I've seen rappers brushing tears from their eyes in the midst of sheer poetic lyricism. I've seen poets pumping their fists in the air at eloquently emitted rap rhapsodies. Rappers love poems, poems, poems! Rappers love poems, poems, poems! Poets love rap, rap, rap! Poets love rap, rap, rap! Come on! Rappers love poems, poems, poems! I'm over time. Poets love rap, rap, rap! When you applaud tonight, don't listen to what Heinze says on stage, but listen to what he said here in the interview on page 49 of Viva Brighton. Applaud not for poets, not for rappers, but for love and for hope and for rap and for poems. Love, hope, rap, poems, love, hope, rap, poems. That's quite enough of that. Good night.
Make some noise, please, where that person of glass or so wine or whatever, yeah. Make some noise, please! Are you seriously younger than 38? Fuck off! 49 to 81! Fuck off! Nah. I thought he was my granddad. 38.
enough to be your son.
Jesus, can't believe I'm older than him. So, I said loads of shit in that. I said how you're the punters. If you want to go and look at it, you can see it all, and then we put on a show for you. We need some lights down on the stage, please. John Clark is going to do something.
Ladies and gents.
Right, so you notice that these poets lack a lot of projection. You have to turn the mics up for it. He's going to project some shit!
Yeah, this is all like mad hilarious, but this is a serious thing that I'm about to address here. Chris was talking about pulling the curtain back on the scene, and this is what this is about, really. Because we've all been aware that more and more there's a hidden agenda that's working its way behind this Poets versus MCs scene. And it's in fact using this as a forum to hit all you fuckers. It hit me, it got me, I got swept up in it. And this is what it's about. I had a friend come from the outside over here, Dr. Cool from Geneva. He saw what was going on because he wasn't involved in it. So he's my spiritual advisor in a way. He's going to help me and back me up. Here we go. Well, my name is John Clark. I'm a cult survivor.
They prey upon our weakness and the gulf inside us.
See, they got to me through Mike because he said it's just a bit of fun. I felt uncomfortable, but he convinced me with his silver tongue.
Picture this, a spectacle, all glorious and edgy. We'll take poets versus MCs, but make it Tories versus lefties.
Oh, Michael Parker, he was kind of like a father to these washed-up troubadours. He was their knight in shining armor, and at first he wore the suit with diplomatic intentions.
Make an open dialogue for the impasse we're entrenched in.
But that suit, that bloody blue suit, began to affect him. Connor Byrne warned me it was trying to hack his perception.
I guess it tapped into the poet's natural passive aggression.
He started acting unpleasant, like he's too classy for peasants. Now Hammer Tongue's the only poet show we're taxed at the entrance.
To pay for 2022.
The suit will stand for election, so let's begin. I call on cherubim and seraphim and break the shackles of the devil that has been possessing him. Ever since he dressed up in the suit, it's like a second skin come out of his body in the name of Led Zeppelin. Don't settle in. I call on cherubim and seraphim and break the shackles of the devil that has been possessing him. Ever since he dressed up in the suit, it's like it's venom. I command you to leave and send it back to me, the Reverend. So where this evil thing come from? I've been feverishly hunting early capitalists and ravenous pigs. We stole our means of production. How began to rid this picture? Look at children innocuous. Of the picture of the funeral of William the Conqueror. See anything amiss? Look at this burial shroud. Sudden terrible doubts about the shell. I spell it all out. So I looked at hostile figures making bank. They stockpile. In 1801, that's Mayor Ramshaw Rothschild.
Who carved up the factory?
That's Thomas Lee Draggle. That's Maggie Thatcher at the Tory Party conference in Blackpool. Cut from the same cloth, they're grabbing and getting the haunted suit. Chose Michael.
Financial investment.
Just to break into Brighton, heartland of the left, to spread the gospel of a Battleground and natural selection. Rosie's never been allowed to battle again since. Her book on Mayakovsky didn't hand it to them. But Chris Parkinson is alternative facts of the weapon. When 2022, the suit will stand for election, so let's begin. I call on cherubim and seraphim and break the shackles of the devil that has been possessing him. Ever since he dressed up in the suit, it's like a second skin come out of his body in the name of Led Zeppelin. Don't settle in. I call on cherubim and seraphim and break the shackles of the devil that has been possessing him. Ever since he dressed up in the suit, it's like it's venom. I command you to leave to the back to be the Reverend. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Come on. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Everybody. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Come on. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Suit inside, kill the suit inside. You bye-bye. Suit inside, kill your suit inside. Thank you. How self-evident. Who's gonna do a vote?
Yeah, where is that? Oh, let's make some noise! First of all, let's make some noise for John Clark!
Make some noise, please!
That was fucking brilliant!
someone just said, who thinks of this shit? And I was like, someone who's completely fucking nocturnal. It's just fucking... John is completely nocturnal, trust me.
Now let's make some noise for all the MCs who performed tonight!
And if you wouldn't mind making a little piping up for the Poets, please!
Yes! If you think that the rap team won, make some noise now!
Thank you very much, everyone. Good night!
If you think that the Poetry team won, make some noise now! Can we please make massive noise for everyone here? Everyone's been fucking brilliant. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next year. Good night.